Hi there. To start class today, we're going to be sitting in either Sukhasana or Siddhasana. Sukhasana is known as easy pose. It's the simple cross-legged position. Siddhasana is a little bit more open and requires a little bit more hip opening. You're going to have the bottom leg, the bottom heel resting nice and close to your pelvis, and then the top leg you're going to place the foot of the top leg in between your thigh and calf of the other leg, and you sit this way. Points to make: if you have really tight hamstrings when you're sitting in any cross-legged position, when you're doing any seated position, keeping the sacrum in, keeping a nice tall spine can be quite challenging. So if you have your blocks or if you have a bolster nearby, you can simply sit on your blocks, and then your knees are going to be much lower, and this is going to relieve the tension on your hamstrings, allowing you to keep your lower back nice and tall. Either Siddhasana or Sukhasana. Find your comfortable place. Adjust yourself as needed, keeping the spine nice and tall. Before we close our eyes and start to chill, I'm going to quickly show you the exercise we're going to be doing. We're going to be doing a Pranayama, a breath exercise called Nadi Shodhana, one of the many variations of Nadi Shodhana. You're going to use either hand. I don't mind. I'm left-handed. I was told to be doing this right-handed, but to be honest, I don't think this is a problem. You use either hand you like, your dominant hand. One hand rests on your thigh. The other hand is going to be manipulating your nostrils. So you're going to breathe in through one nostril, breathe out from the other, and then breathe in through that nostril, breathe out from the other. To do that, you're going to bend the index and middle finger of your dominant hand, of your manipulating hand, and with your thumb and ring finger and little finger, you're going to be closing and opening your nostrils. To start with, we start with the right nostril. So you close the left, inhale through the right, close the right, exhale through the left, inhale left, close left, exhale right, inhale right, and so on. I will explain to you when we're doing it, but it is good for you to have a look first, so it's there in your memory. Now, sitting comfortably on your chosen position, close the eyes here and feel your sit bones grounding on your mat, on your blocks. Feel the even weight of your sit bones. Feel your base, that is your hips, that's your pelvis, your pelvic girdle. Then feel your spine growing up from that with its own natural curves, going all the way up to your neck, nice and tall and proud. Feel the shoulder girdle resting gently on the top of your thoracic spine, of your upper back. Feel the arms hanging from it, nice and heavy. Elbows resting under your shoulders. Hands resting on your thighs. Feel the neck nice and free and tall. Let the head bow just a tiny bit, allowing the back of the neck to be long and free. Throat is soft. Facial muscles are soft. Jaw is relaxed. Take a moment to observe your breath, the natural rhythm of your breath, the gentle movement in your body that allows you to let the air in and out. The raising and lowering of your chest, the expansion and contraction of your belly. And then when you're ready, with your eyes still closed, your body in this nice and tall and lifted position, you're going to bring your hand close to your nose, and you're going to bend your index and middle finger in preparation for your Nadi Shodhana, alternate nostril breathing. And then you're going to close your left nostril, inhale through the right, close right, exhale through the left. Inhale left, close left, exhale right. Inhale right, close right, exhale left. Inhale left, close left, exhale right. And then carry on in this fashion at your own rhythm, at your own time, for a few more rounds. Find comfort, ease in your pranayama. If at any time you feel unease and uncomfortable, simply stop and go back to your natural breath. And then you can carry on once you're ready. Otherwise, keep going. Find the evenness of your breath. And then when you're ready, after exhaling through your right nostril, you simply rest your hand on your thigh and allow the breath to come back to natural. Watch what has changed. Watch how you feel now in comparison to at the very beginning of the class. How are we breathing now? And then we open the eyes. And then if you have blocks, we can put them to the side now and come back to sit on our mat. Uncross your legs and have your feet, your knees bent in front of you. Support yourself with your hands behind you. Keep the spine nice and lifted. Feet a little bit wider than the hips. And then you're going to bring both your knees to the right. And then both knees to the left. Knees to the right. Stay here for a moment. Feel the left hip lifting as you bring the left knee towards the ground. So we're not forcing it, but we're letting the left knee to draw downwards, allowing it to rest on the floor. So your left hip is going to lift here. And then knees to the left. And allow the right hip to lift in order to let the right leg to be nice and heavy towards the ground. And knees to the right and left and right and left and center. You can do that again, or you can bring your hands to your knees, to your thighs, and keeping the spine lifting, bring both your knees to the right. Bring both your knees to the left. Right. And left. And center. From here, you're going to bring your hands back behind you. Have your fingers pointing away from you. Lift the chest. Keep the neutrality, the curves of your spine, without letting the sacrum just drop down. Nice and tall. You're going to do some shoulder circles. You're going to push down on the floor to bring the shoulders back and down, lifting the chest. Then you're going to bring your shoulders forwards, still pushing on the floor. Bring your shoulders towards you, you're sinking the chest. Bring your shoulders back. Shoulders back and down. Shoulders forwards. Shoulders up and forwards. Back. Carry on in your circles. Exploring the mobility of your shoulder joint. Using the upper spine here. Moving with it. Lifting the chest. Sinking the chest as you rotate your shoulders. Where's the breath here? Can you find that nice gentle rhythm you created at the very beginning of the class? Let's change the rotation. How much rotation can you achieve here? When does it feel natural to inhale? When does it feel natural to exhale? And then we come back to center. Let's cross the legs again, but this time can we try to find a different crossing from what we've done at the beginning? Now, open your arms nice and wide, bringing the shoulder blades closer together behind your back. You're going to cross your arms in front of you, right elbow over the left. Find the top of your shoulders, place your hands on it. Bring your elbows down to your chest. Let the hands be heavy on your shoulders. You feel that gentle stretch of your upper back, of this space between your neck and your shoulders. Now bow your head and let that stretch increase. Breathe here and enjoy that hug. Next time you inhale, you look forward. Open your arms again. Exhale, bring your elbow, your left elbow over the right. Find the top of your shoulders and allow the elbows to rest down. Let the hands weight your shoulders down and away from your ears. And then bow your head. And listen to the sound of your breath. Let that sound, let that rhythm guide you through your class today. Inhale again to open your arms. Exhale, bend the elbows into a goalpost position, cactus shape. And then bring your elbows in front of you. Going to place the right elbow over the left. Interlace your forearms and press your hands together against each other. Stay here for a moment. Feel the space between your shoulder blades increasing. And then lift your elbows in line with your shoulders. You may let the hands go a little bit further away from your face. This could be enough. If you want to have a little bit of a deeper stretch, and only if it's comfortable for you, you can bow the head and allow the forehead to rest on your right bicep. Keep lifting the elbows here though, by bowing the head. Don't let your spine drop. Don't let your elbows drop. Keep the shape of the torso, of the spine. Then you inhale to open your arms again. Open the chest. Exhale, bend the elbows. Bring them in front of you. And then cross the left elbow over the right. Interlace your forearms. Press the hands together. And then lift the elbows in line with the shoulders. You may move your hands away from you a little bit more. Breathe here. And if it's comfortable for you, you let the head bow, resting your forehead on your left bicep. Then you uncross the arms, open it up again. Breathe here and let your arms rest. Now, lift your this is my left, isn't it? Lift your right arm over your head, palm facing forwards. Bend your elbow and press your palm against that space in between your shoulder blades. Bring your left hand to assist your right arm and gently pulling your right arm down, allowing the right hand to travel lower down your upper back. Keep the lower ribs in and just let this stretch concentrate on your shoulder area, your right arm. Press the back of your head against your arm. And breathe. Then release your arms. Feel free to shrug. And lift your left arm over your head. Bend your left elbow. Allow the left palm to rest in between your shoulder blades. Bring your right arm to support you, allowing a little bit more weight onto your left arm. We're not forcing it. It's all really gentle, really respectful. Press the back of your head against your left arm. Keep the ribs in. Keep the spine neutral. Face is soft. Now we release the arms. You can give yourself a little wriggle and shrug. Now let's bring the right arm to the side. Palms facing down. Bend the elbow. Now let's have the top of our right hand between the shoulder blades. Let the right shoulder roll back. And we can use the left hand here on our elbow to gently help us to bring the right hand up your upper back a little bit higher. Once again, keep in mind the neutrality of your spine. Keep the lower ribs in, shoulders rolling away from the ears. Find your breath. Gently release your right arm. Can give yourself a few shoulder circles, shrug and a wriggle. Now bring your left arm to the side, palm facing down, palm facing away. And bring your left hand between your shoulder blades. Using your right hand, let the left hand slide up a little bit higher. Let the left shoulder roll back and away from the ear. Feel that nice stretch of your left side now. Breathe in here. Finding that nice even breath. And release. Feel free to wriggle. We're going to do the full pose now. If you know that cow face pose, Gomukhasana arms is quite challenging for you, tight shoulders, your hands won't beat behind your back. We can use a strap here. If you haven't got a strap, a scarf, a top, anything will do. You're going to bring your right arm out to the side, palm facing down, palm facing away. Bring the right hand, top of the right hand between the shoulder blades. With the belt on your left hand, bring your left arm over your head, bend your left elbow, and let the right hand to catch the other end of the belt. Obviously, if your hands meet here, you can simply hook your fingers against each other. Let the right shoulder to roll back and away from your ear. Keep the torso nice and long. Press the back of your head against your left arm. Find your breath. Gently release. Wriggle. And now we do the other side. Left arm out to the side, palm facing down. Place the top of your hand between your shoulder blades. Then inhale, right arm goes up. Bend your elbow, if you have a belt or not. Find your left hand, or allow the left hand to find the end of your belt. Keep your torso from turning. Yeah, sometimes we tend to bend here towards the left side, towards the bottom arm side. Keep it steady. Pressing the back of your head against your right arm. Face is soft, breath is soft. Then release. Re-go. Maybe we can change the crossing of the legs here, just to mix things up. And now, if you're not using a belt, maybe you want to use a belt now, okay? You're going to pay attention to the buckle here. We don't want an accident. Find, have the buckle nice and close to your hand to avoid getting hit with the metal bit. Pulling the belt in front of you. Watch your wrists here, don't let them drop or lift. Keep the wrists nice and solid in neutral. Belt at shoulder width distance. Pulling the belt apart. Hands in line with the shoulders. Feel that lovely stretch on your upper back here. Just by simply pulling the belt apart in front of you. Breathe. Inhale, bring your belt over your head. Keep the ribs in. Try to straighten your arms as much as you can. Bring the shoulders back and away from the ears. Keep pulling the belt apart. Breathe. I know it can be hard to breathe here, but find your breath. You can close your eyes as well, it helps. Find that lift and the opening of the sides of your body. From here, keep pulling the belt apart, keep lifting the belt towards the ceiling. Glue your seat bone, your left seat bone to the floor, to your mat, and then bring your arms over towards the right side. Deep stretch of the left side of the body. Keep reaching. Inhale, center. Exhale, right sit bone is glued to the mat. Bring your arms over towards the left side. Keep reaching. Then bring your arms back to center. Inhale. As you exhale, turn your body towards your right. Inhale here. As you exhale, turn your body to your left. Another deep breath here. Exhale to center. Let the belt bring your arms down. And have a wriggle and shake. Belt to the side. Bring your hands to rest on your thighs. Find the neutrality of your torso. Rest in the shoulders nice and evenly. Bring your shin over your right shoulder. Nothing else is moving but just your shin. Maybe your gaze can go further than your face. You can look towards your back. And then look to your right. And then turn to face forwards. Now chin goes over the left shoulder. Maybe you can gaze a little bit further than your chin goes. Now your gaze to your left and forwards. Let's extend the left arm to the side. Fingers are glued together. You're going to extend your left heel away from you, the heel of your hand, and your fingers towards you. Hand in line with the shoulders. You're gazing forwards. It's like you're pushing an imaginary wall away from you. Then bring your right shoulder, like your right ear, towards your shoulder. Deep breath here. Gently bring your head to center. Let the left arm rest on your hand. Gently use your right hand here to bring your head back to center. Let your left hand to rest on your thigh. Now, fingertips on the right hand glued together. Push the imaginary wall away from you. Extend the heel of your hand away from you, fingers towards you. Now bring your left ear towards your left shoulder. Inhale here. Exhale, push that wall. Now use the left hand to guide your head back to center and then release your right hand. We try to use this little neck power here as we can, letting the hands do the job for us. Now let's glue the left fingers together. Bring the left hand under your left sit bone, palms facing down. Try to straighten your left arm here. Right hand is resting on your thigh. Shoulders neutral. Bring your right ear to your shoulder. And just simply let the head to be heavy. Inhale, deep inhale. Exhale, let the palm of your left hand press down a little bit further. You can stay as you are, or you can use your right hand over your left temple and simply don't pull, but simply weight your head a little bit further. Inhale. Exhale, your head is heavier. Press the heel of your hand onto the floor. Now this feels really nice. Let the head be as it is. Release your right hand and then roll your head so your chin is now in the center. Keep your head as it is. Release your left hand. Let the head be heavy. Let the neck be relaxed. And now press the right hand against your forehead and simply lift your head back to center. Now let's do the other side. Fingertips glued together of the right hand. Right hand under the right sit bone. Palms facing down. Straighten the right arm. Looking forwards first. Let the shoulders relax. Bring your left ear towards the left shoulder. Head is heavy. You may feel a difference between sides, and it's very natural. Inhale. Exhale, press your palm down against the floor, against your mat. Option to bring your left hand over your head and add some little more weight to your head, deepening the stretch of your neck region. Big inhalation. Exhale, press the heel of your hand onto the floor. Now, rest the left hand down on your thigh. Let the neck roll so your chin is on the center now. Release your right hand and letting the head be really heavy. Rest your left hand against your forehead and using your arms, using your hand, push the head back into center. Now release. From here, bring your hands in front of you, roll on your legs and cross your legs into a tabletop. Have the hands about an inch forward so they're not directly under your shoulders. Tuck the toes behind you and then lift your knees off the floor, lift your sit bones back and up into downward facing dog. First, we concentrate on lengthening the spine. Push the floor away from you. Keep the shoulders away from the ears. Gently pedal the feet, waking up the legs, opening the back of the legs. And then we come to a still dog. Lifting from the front of the thighs, scooping the lower belly in, opening the back of the legs, firming the thighs. Breathe here. Now bring your right foot between your hands. Inhale to create nice long runner's lunge. Exhale, place the left knee on the floor. Firm on your feet. Bring your hands to your thigh. Tilt your pelvis back, lengthening the tailbone towards the ground. Interlace the fingers in front of you. Push the palms away. Inhale, lift your arms over your head. Keep the lower ribs in and lengthen your hands towards the ceiling, shoulders away from the ears. Breathe here. Another breath. Now release your arms. Place your left hand on the floor. Bring your right hand over your right thigh. Inhale here. As you exhale, turn so your right shoulder is over the left. We're not trying to achieve a back bend here, so keep your lower belly in, nice and engaged. From here, can you lift your heel, your right heel off the floor? Now release. Inhale, lift your right heel. Engage your calf here, trying to firm your calf. And you're bringing your hips forwards a little bit more. Then release. And we do one more time. Lift the right heel, see if you can go a bit higher. Breathe here. Now release your heel down. Place your right hand on the floor. Lift your left knee up and then send your right foot back into your downward facing dog. Left foot comes forwards, meeting the hands. Inhale, find length. I like cupping my fingers here to give me some extra height. Exhale, right knee on the floor. Strong on your legs, nice and firm. Bring your hands to your thigh. Tilting the pelvis back. Create the nice long lower back. Interlace the fingers. See if you can find the interlace that doesn't feel natural now. So you change the interlace of your fingers. Push your palms away from you. Inhale. Lift your arms up towards the ceiling. Keep the chest in. Keep the lower ribs in. Push the palms like you're trying to push the ceiling away from you. Breathe here. Now release your arms. Place the right hand on the floor, left hand on your thigh. Inhale here. Exhale. Push with your left hand to bring your left shoulder over your right. Now, gazing towards your foot, can you lift your left heel up? You'll feel your calf engaging. Bringing the hips forwards and down. Now, place the heel down with control. Inhale, lift the heel up. Nice and strong. Hold here. Breathe. And then lower the heel down. And then lift it up again. One more time. See if it can go higher. See if you can sink in deeper with your hips. Use your hand here to keep your knee in. And then we lower the heel. Bring the left hand down. Push down with your hands. Send your left foot back into your downward facing dog. Bring your right foot forwards between your hands. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, place the knee on the floor. Strong and steady on your feet. Bring your hands to your thighs. Turning, tilting the pelvis back. From here, keep the neutrality of your torso, that length of the left hip flexor. Interlace the fingers behind you. Keeping the ribs in, the belly in. Roll your shoulders back and away from your ears. Straighten the arms behind you. Breathe here. Next inhalation, you're going to reach down with your hands, lifting the chest upwards, and you can look up. Keep the neck free, looking forwards. Release your hands. Place the right hand on your thigh, left hand on the floor. Now we're going to do something slightly different. If I face here, you can see better. Feel the inside edge of your foot off the floor. You're going to bring the knee out to the side. Bring the hips forwards and down. Keep the right foot flexed here. And then bring the knee in. Bring the knee out. Foot is flexed. You can point the toes towards your chin. And then one more time. And then back to center. Bring your right hand to the floor. Send your right foot back into your downward facing dog. Inhale, bring your left foot forwards between your hands. Lengthen on your runner's lunge. Exhale, place your left knee on the floor. Nice and strong on your feet. Keep the hips level with each other. Press down with your feet to come up with your hands over your body. Interlace your fingers behind you. Find a different interlace this time. Then roll your shoulders back and away from your ears. Extend your arms away from you. Breathe here for a moment. Bring the belly in. Find that nice stretch on your right hip flexor. Now inhale, lift the chest, look up, reach down with your hands. Breathe, keeping the back of the neck nice and long. Now release, bringing the left hand to your thigh, right hand to the floor. Let the hips draw down and forwards. Inhale, exhale, bring your knee out to the side. Don't let your shoulder sink in here. Keep pressing down with your right hand. Then bring your knee in. Bring the knee out. Keep flexing your left foot. And in. And out. Knee in. Left hand rest by your foot. Press down with the hands. Bring your left foot back into your downward facing dog. Step your right foot forwards between the hands. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, release the foot. If you have blocks here, they can be quite handy to do the Hanumanasana. So they create extra height, allowing us to keep the spine nice and lifted. Level the hips. Walk the hands back under your shoulders. Extend your right heel away from you. Bring the toes towards you. Dragging with your right heel, you're waking up the back of your legs. Bring the right hip forwards, left hip back. Keep the low ribs in and lengthen. Find that lovely stretch on the back of your legs. Shoulders away from the ears. Breathe here. Now rebend your right knee. If you're using the blocks, you can place them out to the side. Bring the left foot, flexing your left foot. Bring your left foot out towards the right side of your mat. Right hand in. And hands out a bit in a diagonal. Left toes pointing out into half frog. Bend deeper on that right knee. Bringing the hips forwards and down. Keeping the spine neutral. Breathe here. Now hips back, left foot back, hands by your right. Press down, tuck the toes behind you, step back, downward facing dog. I'm going to do this on the other side so you can see it. Bringing my blocks with me. Inhale, step your left foot forwards, cup the fingers, finding length on your runner's lunge. Exhale, place the right knee on the floor. Find your blocks, or not. I will do that without blocks this time. Why not? So you can see it. Level the hips, cupping the fingers for a little bit of extra height. Bring the hips back, hands under the shoulders, lengthen the heel away, toes towards you. Adho Hanumanasana. Keep the belly in, keep the spine neutral. Tracking the heel in a little bit, waking up those muscles of the back of your leg. Breathe here. Find the rhythm of the breath, letting it guide you throughout your practice. Now walk your hands forwards, rebending the left knee. Bring the right foot towards the left side of your body, toes pointing out. Left hand in, and then walk your hands onto a diagonal. Lower the hips towards your left foot. Deeper bend on your left knee. Let the ribs come in. I keep saying that, but it's very important. There is a reason for that, especially if you're really mobile on your back. Abdominal engagement is so important. Keep breathing. Now, bring the hips back, right foot back, hands by your left, low lunge, tuck the toes behind you, step back, downward facing dog. Bring your knees to the floor as wide as your mat, toes in, big toes touching. Walk your hips back, resting your sit bones on your heels. You can grab the edges of the mat here and pull, like trying to rip the mat in two. And create a nice and long stretch. And then relax. Let the arms rest. Let the forehead rest. Stay here for a moment into your child's pose. Now look forwards. Have your forearms parallel to each other, in line, elbows in line with your shoulders. Press the hands down. Bring your shoulders above your elbows. And then you slide your legs back behind you, bringing the hips down into your sphinx. Let the legs relax behind you. Try to press the little toe edge of your feet down. Keep pushing down with your elbows to create the lift. Roll the shoulders away from the ears. And now bow the head. Find that length of the back of your neck. Keep that length. And then look forwards. Press the palm edge of your hands, of your wrists down. Lengthen the front of your body. Lengthen the back of your body. Tailbone is lengthening towards the heels. Breathe in here. And only if it's comfortable for you. You know there is always the option to stay where you are. There is always the option to actually ease off that as well. Because if this is too much, you can always have your elbows further forwards. But if you want to go further, you can press your hands down and lift the elbows off the floor. Shoulders are still rolling away from the ears. Inner elbows are rolling in and pointing forwards into your seal. Breathe here. It's like a bucket handle action here on the ribs. So your ribs are going forwards and up as you inhale. Then downwards as you exhale. And then rest your elbows back down, forearms down, pressing the hands down. Tuck the toes behind you. Bring your belly button towards your spine. Lift your hips. Walk your knees forwards under your hips. Then slide your hands forwards. Lift the sit bones back and up. Rest your forehead down into your puppy dog or heart melting pose. If you prefer, you can always place your chin on the floor instead. Or you rather stay with the forehead, stay here. Listen to your breath. Enjoy the lengthening of the front of your body here. Keep lifting your bum up. Then press your elbows down again. Walk your hands towards you into a tabletop. Bring your knees together. Tuck the toes behind you. Now walk your hands back by sitting and sit your sit bones over your heels. You can have many ways of doing this. Find a way that is comfortable for you. Okay? So we're trying to achieve length of the quadriceps here. You're going to keep pressing the knees down towards the ground. If you have blocks, we're not doing Sukhasana or camel pose here. Yeah, this is something different. Keep your tailbone lengthening towards your knees. Squeeze your bottom a little bit. You press your hands down on your blocks, creating a nice long line off the front of your body. This might be enough. This is first step. You can stay here, and it's a beautiful pose. Otherwise, you can always get rid of the blocks and stay here. Better, you can point the feet behind you, and blocks are here. Stay with the straight arms first, lean back. Or rest your hands, your forearms on your blocks. Keep pressing the knees down. Gentle engagement of your buttocks to protect the lower spine. Keep your ribs in. Your core is working. It's always working. It's always there. Even though you're softening the breath, you're keeping it. It is a balance between softening and engaging. Otherwise, you can bring your forearms to the floor. Keep the back of the neck nice and long. Pressing the knees down towards the ground. Find length of the front of the body here. Keep pressed down with your elbows and lift the chest a tiny bit. If your lower back is comfortable here, if you got the opening of the quadriceps, if you feel that you can go further, you can simply bring your whole body down. Keep pressing the knees down. There has to be no contraction, no jamming of the lower back. Tailbone is lengthening towards the heels. The back is nice and free behind you. This is a very, very deep stretch. You only go there if you are 100% sure and confident that you can do it. We take his steps little by little. So, to come out of it, lift the chest. Bring the hands towards your heels, elbows down, press down on your elbows, tuck in the chin. Bring your elbows underneath you a little bit more. Step by step, hands down. And come up. Come to your knees. Find the front edges of your mat and grab them. Grab them firmly. Bring your knees as wide as the mat. Toes tucked in. Push them, pull the mat away from you. Again, try to rip your mat apart. Don't bring your hips down too far. Keep lengthening your hips towards the back of the mat. Pulling the mat away from you. Bring the ribs in and find lovely length of your spine here. Just a couple more breaths. Breathe into the back body. Exhale, find length. Then walk your hands back. All the way by your knees. The toes are tucked in. Push down on the floor to roll on your toes and come to seated. From here, extend your right leg out to the side. Flex your foot. Point your foot. Now spread your toes, lengthening through the ball of your foot, flow into your foot. Find your hip crease here. Roll your thigh out, gently pressing down on your thigh, sinking that right hip a little bit deeper. Left heel is nice and close to your pelvis, or as comfortable as it will go. Left heel is nice and close to your pelvis. Bring your hands behind you, and if you hear your spine is sagging down, can you press down with your fingertips, tilting the pelvis forwards gently? When I say tilting the pelvis forwards, it's not trying to get a back heart, yeah? It's that if your pelvis is tilting back, we're trying to tilt it forwards into a neutrality. So if you're quite open here, you don't want to go in quite yet, but we will go further. Trying to sit tall. Bring your hands in front of you. And then working with the breath. Inhale, find length. Exhale, start to make your way forwards and down towards the ground. If you have blocks, they can be of assistance here. You can place your forearms on your blocks and let your head relax. Let your head bow. If you're quite low down here, you can use the block, one of the blocks, to support your forehead. And your arms are on the floor. As you stay here, keep the shoulders away from the ears. Keep the collarbones broad, allowing the body space to breathe. And as you stay for a bit longer, you might find that you can lower your block a little bit lower. The back body is heavy. The right sit bone is heavy. Let the body melt into this posture. Stay here for a few more breaths. Listen to your breath, to the sound of your breath, to the rhythm of your breath. Let it soothe you, comfort you. Then gently come up. Bend that right knee. Bring the heel to your pelvis, to your groins. Extend your left leg. Flex the foot. Point the foot. Floint the foot. Gently find your hip crease and press your left sit bone down a little bit. Roll your left thigh out. Bring your hands behind you. Cup the fingers. Lift your spine. Now bring your hands in front of you. Inhale. Create your length. Exhale. Start making your way down to whichever variation you started with. Blocks high up under your forearms or lower. You may find one side is tighter than the other, so it needs a little bit more patience, a little bit more time to get to where you were before with the other side. That's okay. You watch this, you observe, you get to know your body as you practice. It's a wonderful thing to have. Knowledge of your body. Tuning in with your body. It's without saying, it can come in handy for us as sports people in order to avoid injuries. We can spot them before they happen when we create that affinity, that relationship with our body. They give us signs, they give us warnings. When we learn to listen to these warnings sooner in time, we can practice our sports for longer, more free from injuries. Then gently come up. Bend your left knee. And make your way to lie on your back. Find the sole of your feet here. Bring the sole of your feet together. Grabbing your ankles. Bring the heels towards your groins. Knees away from each other. Straighten your arms and let the legs be heavy on your hands. Shoulders are relaxed. Arms are relaxed even though we're holding the weight of our legs. Let the knees be heavy. Let the shoulders relax. Keep the chin in slightly and allow the back of your neck to be long and free. Now bring your knees together. Place your feet on the floor. Bring your left thigh over the right. You can stay here. Bring the left heel closer to your buttocks. Or, if you want to go to try this yin pose called twisted roots, you can hook your right foot behind your left calf. Extend your right arm out to the side. With the left hand, guide your legs towards the floor on your right. Obviously, if the twisted root action is not for you, you can always unhook your foot. Your choice. When your knees are out to the side, turn your head and bring your gaze to your right. It's nice to close the eyes here though. Let the body relax into your twist. Directing the breath to the right side of the body. Feel the expansion. Feel the right hip drawing away from the shoulder, creating a space between your shoulder and your hip. Then we come back to center. Uncross the legs. Left thigh over the right. Option to bring the heel in and then bring the legs out to the side. Option to hook your left foot against your right calf into twisted roots. Use the right hand to guide your legs to the floor. Left arm extend out to the side. Gaze, bring your face towards the left. And breathe here. Relax here. Left shoulder is heavy towards the ground. Legs are not forced down, but they are letting gravity gently pull them down. And then we come back to center. Uncross the legs. Feet together. Arms over the head. Extend your heels away from you. Give yourself a nice big stretch. Inhale. And as you exhale, let the arms rest alongside your body. Let the thighs roll out. Let your body rest in Shavasana. Soften the face. Soften the shoulders. Let them roll down. Let your palms face up towards the ceiling. The fingers are gently curled. Arms are heavy. Chest, belly soft. Back body softens. Relax your hips. Relax your legs. Let them be heavy. Relax your feet. And rest. You can stay here for as long as you like. Let's pause. Let the film roll out. Do the Shavasana that suits you. Stay resting for as long as it suits you. If you're ready to come out, inhale deeply and exhale deeply. Wriggle your toes and your fingers. And then give yourself a nice big stretch like you're waking up in the morning. Hug both your knees to the chest. Inhale here, and as you exhale, bring your face between your knees and curl up. Then rest your head down again, rock from side to side. Until you rock all the way to your right. And stay here for a few more moments. Let go of your legs. Have your arms, have your hands resting under your face as pillows. Soaking in all that stillness and peacefulness. Nice and slowly, you bring yourself up into a comfortable seated position. Bring your hands into your heart center. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, bow the head. Eyes closed. Salute yourselves and your practice in your world. Thanks for being with me today. Namaste.